Woohoo! We are live. Guys, I'm so sorry again. I'm 6 minutes late. That is not okay. I am just trying to let everyone know that we're live, and I will be with you in 1 second. The kitty has not stopped complaining all day, so. Hey everyone. Really? Come join us live. Hello, Lindsay. Beautiful. Okay. So I think Facebook seems to be slacking a little bit. So I'm just going to get on with it. How are you guys? Let me know. I would love to know. It's really nice to catch you all today. Thank you so much for joining me. Hi, Lindsay. So today is going to be a shit hot training, and I'm not going to take too long. Okay. I promise you, I'm not going to take too long. I want to get right into the nitty gritty. Because if you're here, then I'm guessing you're probably on a health journey, or maybe you're trying to go vegan or 100% plant-based. But maybe you're feeling like throwing in the towel. Am I right? If that's you, I totally get it. Okay. I've been there so many times, and so many of the amazing people that I've coached over the years have as well. Now, I know it can feel overwhelming. I know that. I know it can feel frustrating. Hey, sometimes it can suck. It's okay. You get to say that it sucks. Everyone gets to say that weight loss sucks. And quite often it can be disheartening when you don't see the results that you hoped for, when old habits start creeping back in. So today, I want to share with you exactly what to do when you feel like quitting. So hopefully you're going to leave this session with a clear 4-step plan to get back on track, and a special invitation to my free 5-day challenge that will help you overcome all of these obstacles in the best possible way. Okay. So ladies, if you're thinking about quitting, you're likely frustrated. Oh, who else do we have? Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Carol. You're likely frustrated, right? Probably feeling really disappointed, maybe tired, or even feeling hopeless. These are kind of the things that I hear a lot of people saying just when they're at their tether's end and they say, do you know what, Bianca, I can't do this anymore. It's not working. You probably feel like you've tried everything and nothing seems to work. Let me know if any of this is resonating for you. Let me know if this is like the complete opposite of what you're feeling. Please tell me how this feels. Jolene, hi, welcome. So you might have been on whatever it is, your weight loss or your vegan journey for a while, and you might have seen some progress, but typically things then tend to stall, right? And you might be struggling with cravings or like the social pressures that come with making healthier choices. It just doesn't feel aligned with you. So whatever it is, I want you to know that these feelings are valid. Okay. And I'm talking to you like this today because I know that for me, when I'm on the verge of quitting, the last thing I need is someone shouting at me, telling me to pick it up and like pick up my slack. And I just need that comfort and understanding. Drop in the comments, are you someone that would prefer like military style, like get off your ass, wipe your eyes and get out there? Or are you someone that just needs a little bit of that gentle encouragement? It's perfectly normal to want to quit, to want to feel hopeless and helpless, okay? But I also want to remind you of something that is very important. The fact that you are here listening to this means that you haven't given up yet. Yes, it might be the last straw. Yes, this might be your last ditch attempt, but you haven't given up yet, and that's the most important thing. The spark inside you, the only one that made you start this journey, is still there. It might have just been dimmed from the challenges that you've been facing, the disappointments that you've been seeing, the scale that's maybe creeping up or just plateauing and staying still. So if you're watching this live or replay, just drop in the comments for me and tell me what's holding you back or keeping you stuck from making progress. Let me give you a second now. Type that in the chat for me because I want to know. I want to hear. I'm here to listen. Right. Sorry, my headphones are probably screwing up a little bit. Okay. So drop in the comments right now. What's holding you back or keeping you stuck from making progress? Typically, we do know what's getting in our way, right? If you think about it, if you have to think about it, we then go, okay, this is what's getting in the way. Lindsay, I felt encouraged to be naughty by others. I hear you on that one, right? It's so easy to go out for margaritas with the girls or go out for a takeaway, get a takeaway at home. You know, oh, I can't bother to cook. Did you want to go out, babe? That kind of thing. Is that what you mean, Lindsay? What kind of temptations are you seeing? I want to know, Lindsay, actually, while you're here, like, how does the temptation of others, how does that make you want to quit? Feel boring when I can't drink or eat cake. I mean, eating cake sounds fantastic. But I want to know, like, how being tempted by others makes you want to quit. Like, how are they connected for you? What keeps them connected? So let's break down some of the reasons why you might be feeling like you want to quit. Okay. Maybe you're not seeing your results fast enough and it's making you question if this isn't even worth it. Perhaps you're, trust me, by the way, that one, I see that a lot. Okay. People think that they should be dropping like 2-5 pounds a week. Some people don't drop for many, many weeks on end because of so many different processes that's happening on in the body that the body needs to feel safe in order to drop that weight. That's another story for someone else. But quite often our body and our brain are not connected in a way that the body doesn't just do what the brain wants it to do. We can't just say, okay, drop all of our fat, keep all of our muscle mass, keep the bone density, increase bone density, right? Our bodies aren't a machine. We can't just dial one thing up, one thing down. And so your body is going to do what it needs to do in its own time. As your responsibility, you've just got to make sure that you're setting your body up to do the things that it needs to do in the right way. And so some people expect a specific result. They've kind of like predicted, like, okay, so I want, so therefore it's going to happen at £1 or £5 a week, whatever it is. But they've not, I mean, they've had the conversation with their head, but you can't have that conversation with your body. So some people might not see results fast enough. Maybe they don't see any results at all for a long period of time. And quite often that can make you feel like your journey is even worth it. Maybe you're just super overwhelmed with all the conflicting advice out there. I was literally having a conversation with someone yesterday and she was saying, what on earth, what the hell do I do? Like, you've got one scientist saying something, you've got another scientist saying something. It's just so overwhelming. And I trust me, I understand, I get that, right? My entire bookshelf is dedicated to all of the science, right? All of the information and stuff. And I take all of the information and curate it for you. That's why I'm here doing these lives. That's how I coach, right? And I give my clients the general consensus that is scientifically backed. And I give it in a way that is, the cats are going absolutely nuts. And I deliver it in a way that is manageable and bite-sized, right? So you don't have that like filtration system. I mean, you've got me once a week in here, and unless you're my client, you don't have that filtration system. So it's so normal to feel overwhelmed. We are in an information overload era. Like, you can Google the answer for anything, but you might get about 5 answers. And none of it is unique to you, right? So you're like, okay, should I do X, Y, or Z in the morning? But then should I do A, B, or C in the morning? If I do A, B, and C in the morning, can I do X, Y, Z in the evening? Is that going to work for me? So then, even just one small little decision, one small little choice that you want to make, you can Google it. You can go and search. You can freaking hell, you can ask ChatGPT nowadays to give something to you. But if it doesn't work for you, it might not work for you, and that feels overwhelming. This insane amount of information that's not necessarily unique for you. Things like, should you focus on calories or carbs or just eat more kale or spinach, right? Maybe even those simple little questions are just making you feel a little bit overwhelmed or even massively overwhelmed, and that's okay. Let's just jump into the comments before I move on. Lindsay, so for me, when I fail, I feel I may as well fail altogether. Okay, that's really interesting. Okay, so as soon as you something doesn't go to plan, you decide that quitting is easier. Can you just confirm that for me? Actually, can you write that out as like a full sentence? I want you to tell me how that feels when you type it out as a full sentence. Like, tell me exactly what happens. Lindsay seems to take forever to lose the weight. So yes, feels depressing. Okay, so two reasons in the chat at the moment. And guys, this is why I get you to join in live, by the way. You can kind of get a little bit of coaching, live coaching at the same time. It's great. Yeah, Lindsay, can you write that out in like a full-blown sentence for me? Like a full sentence, like we're back at school and they're like, okay, as if there's no question there. Like, what happens for you is when something doesn't go to plan, I decide that quitting is easier than learning and getting back on track. Can you write that out for me? I was actually having a conversation with a client yesterday, and I was like, okay, like, how does that feel? What are the thoughts around it? And she was like, oh, it just sounds silly. And she was like, it just sounds silly. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to say it. And I was like, that's the point, right? It's so emotional and so strong, like the emotion, the thoughts, the feelings. It feels so powerful. But then as soon as you actually give those thoughts a word, a voice, or a place, it kind of really reduces the the power that it has over you. So I've just asked Lindsay to write it down in a line so she can see like her thoughts, so she can reflect on her thoughts. By the way, Lindsay, I'm so sorry that I've just been like shoved you on a live coaching session. Lindsay, so I have a blowout and have cake. I think I may as well carry on the week and be. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I can't read so easily. I think I may as well carry on the week out and be bad all week. Or if I don't lose enough, I'm disappointed in myself and I think, oh, fuck this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, totally fine. Totally fine. I want to hear like what is the decision that you make? Like that's your thoughts, right? That's what's going on. But tell me like factually, like what just happens? What happens for you? Katie, got to catch the replay, but I want to say hi. Hi, Katie. Thanks for jumping on. It's silly when I think about it. Okay, Lindsay, beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. I appreciate that. So that just goes to show that when we have these thoughts of like quitting because, I fucked it up in the morning or I went out for margaritas with the girls last night. I don't know why that's my example at the moment. We create this like power that this has this power over us. And it's like, oh yeah, that's such a good reason. That's exactly why I'm going to quit. And then when we write it down, like Lindsay's just done there, thank you so much for sharing, Lindsay. Like when we write it down, when we create a sentence out of it and we give it a voice, you're like, hang on a minute, that just sounds ridiculous. That sounds stupid. Why would I not just decide to make a better decision next time? Rather than going, oh, do you know what? Dieting isn't for me. Because the example that Lindsay has given us today is a perfect example of what most people do, what a lot of people experience is, they'll want to go out for dinner or have a takeaway. I show my clients how to do all of that and lose weight, right? So there is 100% a way that you can enjoy the rest of your life, right? Do you think that I just don't go out ever or have a social life or ever eat cake or ever have pizza? Or guys, I don't think I've been to the gym once this week. right? I've just been super, super tired. I've had lots going on, right? But there are some weeks that I don't go to the gym. But just because I didn't go to the gym doesn't mean I'm going to say, oh, fuck it. I'm going to just stuff my face and I'm going to quit this diet and quit this whole health coaching thing, because I don't allow those thoughts to be the be all and end all of the story. Does that make sense? Gives me an excuse to be bad. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's all about moderation. Yeah. Um, Moderation, I hate that word. I think it's just been given so much, like, it just sounds so cliche nowadays. Um, but if that's something that makes you feel comfortable, that you get to have these things, and you get to enjoy life as well as dieting, as well as learning with every step of the way, then that's fantastic, right? Then that's good. So, going back to what I was saying about my notes, right? There could then be the issue of motivation. So, quite often we'll start a weight loss program or a diet program and we feel so motivated. We're like, hell yeah, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna put a plan together. I'm gonna go shopping. I'm gonna throw all of the crap away in my cupboard and I'm gonna start on Monday. And it's gonna be so good. And this time it's gonna be different. I know this time it's gonna be different. Do you know how many people I have spoken to who do not take coaching any further because this time is different, quote unquote? This time is different. I feel more motivated, only for them to come back to me either weeks, months, or up to 2 years later, because the motivation faded very soon after they told me that this time is different. Now, I'm not sitting here to kind of like tell you guys that motivation isn't going to stick around, because for some people it might. For 99.9% of people it doesn't, because motivation will tend to fade like any other emotion, right? Motivation is motivated, it is a feeling, it is emotion. Most emotions last about 9 seconds, even the negative and angry ones. So if an angry feeling or emotion lasts 9 seconds, typically that feeling of motivation will probably fade very quickly. Again, it's perfectly normal. It's normal human being behavior. And so we can't always rely on motivation to carry us through. You can rely on a little bit of motivation to give you a slap in the ass and make a plan. But as soon as you make a plan, you now need to take the next steps to create the next level of motivation, right? This is something that I do with my one-to-one clients, my 6 months clients, is we don't just take, like, when people typically come to me and they're like, okay, yeah, I'm ready for a call. I want to jump on a call and kind of look at my roadmap and see what to expect and see what's possible. That's the motivation to change. By the time we're on our second session, that motivation has faded. So it's so important for every single one of my first sessions with clients is to create a level of motivation that's not just, oh yes, I'm going to do this time it's different, a very deeply rooted and ingrained level of motivation, right? And that's what's going to keep you moving forward. Something that I always say is motivation will not carry you through, and motivation does not come first, typically. Okay, so what typically comes first is taking action. Because when you take action before you wait for motivation, typically, like, people want motivation to come up and slap us in the face like a wet fish, right? And that ain't going to happen. But if you take action before motivation comes in, what then happens is you create a result, right? So you do something, you see a result. For example, you exercise more one week. Why did I choose that? That's a shit one. Like, okay, so for example, you really listen to your hunger and fullness one week. You notice that you drop a pound. When you notice that success, that is when the motivation comes and kicks you and slaps you around the face like a wet fish. So action always comes before motivation as well. So it's very typical that motivation is going to fade in your journey, and quite often very soon, even though you might think this time is different. If I had a pound for every time someone said this time is different. Let's have a look in the comments. What's going on, guys? Monday never comes. Oh, Lindsay, you read my mind. So many people will say to me, I'm going to start Monday, I'm going to start next week. This time is different. It's going to be awesome. I'm like, yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be cool. That's fantastic. But why Monday? If motivation is kind of an emotion, it's going to fade pretty quickly because that's just how emotions work. I'm not shitting all over your motivation. I'm just saying that's typically how things work. What's going to happen on Monday? You've got your plan, you're going to stick to the plan, but now you've not got any deeply rooted motivation to follow through and to keep pushing you through. Pauline, hello, Pauline. Nice to see you here. Lindsay, did you just? No, I was going to say, for some reason, Lindsay's picture looks different, but it's not. I got to go, but I will catch up on the rest tomorrow. Awesome. Thank you so much for accidentally jumping on and being a coachee today. I appreciate it, Lindsay. Thank you. So I guarantee it's been an emotional roller coaster, maybe the guilt, the shame, the frustration when you slip up, right? I get that. So what about the external pressures as well from family, friends, social events, as Lindsay has explained today, right? Everyone has an opinion sometimes, and it can feel like you're swimming upstream against a current of doubt and bloody criticism from everyone. Everyone has an opinion, everyone has something to say about your journey. And when these challenges pile up, it's no wonder why you feel like quitting. So, given all of that, as you know, it's perfectly understandable to want to quit. And the lack of quick results, the overwhelm, the fatigue, the constant battling of old habits, it's exhausting. And let's be real, change is hard. Change is fucking hard. But what's harder? Answer me this. Giving up and feeling relief for just 30 seconds. Relief that you don't have to follow any rules. You can be free and do whatever the fuck you want. That's the real reason why you want to quit, because you want to feel that freedom. But I'm going to tell you now, it's just dieting, and you have the freedom beforehand. You have the freedom to do anything that you want, and just because you do something doesn't mean that you quit. You can just plan around it. It means that you're not quitting. So the 30 seconds will go by before you're left facing the uncertainty for your weight loss again. You're back to before you started or embarked on the most recent journey. Back to poking your belly, your chin, your arms. You'll likely start shaming your attempts, judging yourself and your decisions. What's actually harder, and I need you to be seriously real with me when I ask you that question. What's actually harder? What's harder? Just deciding that you're going to continue and learn with every step of the way, or quit, feel relief for 30 seconds, and then feel all of that extra overwhelm, judgment, uncertainty, because you now don't know what you're going to be doing. So I'm here to tell you that these challenges are also signs that you're on the right path, okay? They're indicators that you're growing, pushing past your comfort zone and working towards a healthier and more vibrant you. So the urge to quit often comes right before a breakthrough. Breakdown happens before breakthrough. I tell my clients this all the time. If you're breaking down, it's because you are about to see a breakthrough. So don't let it win. So what do you do when you feel like quitting? I'm going to give you 4 very clear and simple and precise steps that I've used with my clients, with myself, and it's helped us all push through the times of deciding that we need to quit. Number 1, you need to reconnect with your why. You're going to roll your eyes right now at me. Carry on, go. Roll your eyes. Give me a huff. So for fuck's sake, I just need to find my why. Yeah, everyone says that. Yeah, everyone says that for a reason, okay? You can huff and puff and roll your eyes, but I need you to write this down. Reconnect with my why. Why did you start this journey? What happens if you quit? What happens if you continue seeing the same results and you do not change? Right? Because it is going to make a huge difference if you are able to really, really understand the emotion that is behind that. So, what was it? Why did you start the journey? Was it to feel better in your body, to have more energy, to set an example for your kids, your family, to improve your health? Write it down, visualize it. Let that be your anchor in your journey. Number two, reset your expectations. Reset your expectations. Weight loss, healthy living, veganism, plant-based, whatever it is not linear process. There are going to be ups, there are going to be downs, right? I need you to focus on the progress, not perfectionism. So reset your expectations. If losing 5 pounds a week is what you expected initially and it doesn't happen, reset them. I'm going to lose £1 a week. And every single week, I'm going to concentrate on just losing £1. And that's it. Number three, I want you to revamp your routine. Your routine clearly does not work for you. It is not setting you up for success. So ask yourself, how can I change my routine? How can I make it exciting? How can I make it different? And so that I'm going to go out of my way to do this. You're on the verge of quitting because it's probably fucking boring, right? So how can you make it exciting? How can you make it a both and more scenario? Like Lindsay, for example. How can Lindsay decide that she's going to be able to go out and enjoy her social life, enjoy her friends, enjoy the company, but also lose weight, right? You get to revamp your routine and ask yourself exactly how you get to do both and more instead of it being an either or mentality. And number four, you're going to need to go digging, right? Dig into your research, do your research. What are all the reasons why it didn't work for you before? Where did you not put in 100% effort? Why did you not put in 100% effort? The biggest, the best place that you're going to find the biggest answers are when you ask yourself, why? And you've heard me say this before, but you need to approach it with curiosity instead of judgment. Don't judge yourself on it. We're not saying, oh, why did I do this? I suck. You're saying, I wonder why I did this. And you're taking a very curious approach, and you will find all of the answers when you keep asking yourself why. Okay. So if you're feeling stuck, I want to personally invite you, especially if you feel like quitting, I'll personally invite you to August's 5-day Never Diet Again method. Okay, so this challenge, by the way, is designed to tackle the problems that we've talked about today. Everything that we've talked about, you are going to have methods to overcome. The Never Diet Again method is a free 5-day coaching opportunity, gives you a taster of how you can be the most successful version of you, how you can lose stubborn weight or your first weight, your first 5 pounds or your last 5 pounds, right? I'm going to show you exactly what your roadmap needs to and could look like. You'll get daily guidance. You're going to get information, applicable information for you. You're going to have a small community of like-minded people who are on the same journey as you. You know that people have a tribe, or have accountability, close friends that are also doing the same thing, I think are like 35% more likely to follow through. And so what's beautiful about the intimate 5-day coaching experience is that you get to increase your follow through by 35%. You are so much more likely to be able to do everything and get everything done and make 10 times progress in 5 days than you probably have done in your entire weight loss journey. It's the perfect way to reset. It's the perfect way to refocus, reignite a little bit of that motivation to take the first step, right? And I'm going to give you motivation to follow through on the 5 days on the first day. The best part is it's completely free. You should all know this by now. So if you're ready to break through those barriers, if you're ready to not fucking quit, stop holding back for yourself, I want you to comment the word method. I'll give you the information and you can decide whether you want to register or not. I'm very much excited for it. We start on the 25th of August. Some huge, huge results from the previous ones, so I cannot wait to share the success with you. Don't quit. You've got this. I'll catch you all soon. Take care. Bye.